Do all men have multiple wives in Uzbekistan? Uzbekistan's law clearly forbids having more than one wife. If a man is discovered living with multiple women as his wives, even through traditional ceremony, he can face legal consequences. These may include administrative punishments or even criminal prosecution. The majority of people in Uzbekistan, especially those in urban areas, strongly disapprove of polygamy. Still, the actual situation is more complicated. The Quran allows a man to have up to 4 wives if he is able to support them equally. Since around 90% of the country's population is Muslim, polygamy continues to exist. Many men take a second or even third wife through Islamic marriage ceremonies held in the presence of family, friends, and sometimes a religious leader, though these unions are not officially registered with the government. Because these marriages are not legally recognized, second wives have no inheritance rights, no pension benefit, and no official status. Their position depends entirely on the man. Yet, many women, particularly those who are older, divorced, or widowed, still choose this path for financial or social reasons. They often believe it is preferable to being alone in a culture that places great importance on marriage. Do you agree with this point of view? Type 1 if you do, or 0 if you don't. When the government regulates weddings in Uzbekistan, to maintain social and economic stability and reduce unnecessary extravagance, Uzbekistan has made an unusual decision. The government officially controls the size of wedding celebrations through legal regulations. In the past, many families spent far beyond their means on wedding, often falling into debt or even working abroad to repay the costs. To stop this pattern, the state established firm rules to limit such expenses. According to the law, a traditional wedding can have no more than 250 guests. There are also limits on the number of performers and luxury vehicles allowed in the wedding procession. This strict yet thoughtful policy is designed to prevent wasteful spending and ensure that marriage remains a joyful event rather than a financial strain. At the same time, it highlights the value of moderation and reinforces the importance of family stability in Uzbek culture. Are women second-class citizens in Uzbekistan? Many people assume that Uzbekistan is a traditional Muslim country where women are silent, hidden behind veil, and completely obedient to men. However, anyone visiting Tashkent during the summer will see that real life is very different from these assumptions. Uzbek women do not cover their faces. They wear modern clothing such as short skirts, jeans, t-shirts, tied shirts, and even open tops in hot weather reaching 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Traditional garments like long brocade dresses, embroidered blouses, or headscarves are mainly worn on special occasions, such as weddings or religious celebrations, not as everyday attire as some outsiders might believe. In major cities, women play an active role in society. They manage businesses, teach in university, work in media and politics, and sometimes lead teams made up entirely of men. On buses and trains, men often stand up to offer their seat, help carry bags, or hold doors open for women. These gestures are not signs of superiority but acts of respect that reflect long-standing customs. Interestingly, about 17.5% of politicians in Uzbekistan are women, ranking the country third among former Soviet nations for female participation in politics, just after Belarus and Latvia. With these advancements, it has become more common for Uzbek women to date and marry foreign men. The dating process is easy, but getting married can be quite complicated. If you want to know more about the process, comment yes below and we'll share the details. The art of tightrope walking. Who would risk walking on a thin rope high above the ground just to earn applause? It may sound unbelievable, but in Uzbekistan, this is a respected and admired tradition, almost as beloved as soccer or weddings. The tightrope performance, known as darbas, is one of the most exciting attractions at major celebrations such as Navruz, Independence Day, and summer village festivals. Yet it is far more than simple entertainment. Many darbas performers can balance on ropes as high as 160 feet, or about 50 meters. They wear long white embroidered outfits, traditional hats, and soft shoes, moving gracefully as though they are gliding through the air. Beneath them, the crowd cheers while drums beat loudly, adding to the tension and thrill of the moment. What makes darbos even more remarkable is its history. It is a cultural art passed down from generation to generation, with some families dedicating their lives to this craft for hundreds of years. So, if you visit Uzbekistan and notice people gazing upward instead of at their phones, it's likely they are watching a performer walking the rope between buildings. Would you dare to watch without closing your eyes? If these stories surprises you, don't forget to hit subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and leave a like to show your support. Your engagement helps us keep creating more captivating stories and uncovering the world's hidden wonders. The gold smile craze. This tradition has deep roots. Uzbekistan is home to the Murantau gold mine, the second largest open-pit gold mine in the world. Gold in this country is not only a valuable export but also an important part of everyday life. It is used to decorate domes, top pastries, and most famously, gold teeth have long been a custom among Uzbek women, particularly in rural communities. A golden smile, with gleaming teeth that catch the light while speaking, often surprises visitors who come to Central Asia for the first time. In this culture, having more gold teeth is a sign of wealth and status, much like owning luxury accessories in Western countries. Dental clinics across Uzbekistan provide gold crowns, gold braces, and even engraved designs on teeth for those who request them. Some people view gold teeth as a form of personal savings, since they can be sold in times of need. Although younger people in the cities now prefer natural white teeth, in rural areas, a mouthful of gold still shines as a mark of pride and tradition. Giant wedding rice pots and farewell dances. In Western countries, weddings are often elegant events held in hotels, with everything rented from the chef to the lighting. In Uzbekistan, however, weddings are community celebrations where everyone takes part in preparing the food. At the center of this tradition is the communal plav cooking, a deeply meaningful custom where guests are not only invited to eat but can also join in stirring the rice pot. The cooking begins early in the morning, usually at the groom's home. Male relatives and neighbors gather together, fathers, uncles, friends, and even elderly men from the area. Around a massive plav pot that can reach up to 5 feet wide, some chop carrots, others tend to the meat, while others keep the fire burning. The atmosphere is cheerful and filled with energy, like a small festival, with folk music playing and steaming cups of green tea passed around. When asked why they do not simply hold the event in a restaurant, most Uzbeks give a simple answer: because you cannot outsource family. But not every country sees marriage and relationships the same way. In one fascinating tradition elsewhere, young women are actually encouraged to have intimate relations with at least 20 different men before being considered ready for marriage. Click the link in the top corner or the one pinned in the comments to find out. And don't forget to come back, because next part will uncover how colors become a secret language in Uzbekistan that you've probably never heard of before. The colorful language of Uzbek women's traditional attire. Uzbek culture expresses elegance and meaning through the quiet symbolism of colors in women's traditional clothing. The long robes, bright satin dresses, and fitted trousers are not just fashion pieces. They create a vivid picture that reflects the story of a woman's life. In Uzbekistan, the colors of traditional garments carry special significance, often revealing a woman's age and social standing. Young women, especially newlyweds or those in their youth, usually wear lively shades of red and pink. These colors symbolize energy, happiness, and the freshness of life. As women grow older, their clothing tones become gentle, with soft blues and grays representing wisdom, calmness, and maturity. Among all colors, white holds a timeless place. It is worn by women of every age and is regarded as the most respected color, symbolizing purity, dignity, and inner beauty. Through these carefully chosen colors, traditional Uzbek attire transforms into a living artwork, with each stitch and shade telling the story of a woman's path through different stages of life. Tea culture. In Uzbekistan, tea is far more than a simple beverage. It is at the center of everyday life, a way to greet guests, end conversation, and strengthen human connection. Every meal begins and ends with a cup of hot tea. Even outside mealtime, during friendly talks or unplanned visits, people may drink 5 to 7 cups throughout the day. Uzbek hosts usually pour only a small amount of tea into the guest's cup. This is not a sign of stinginess, but an important cultural gesture. When guests ask for more, it shows they feel relaxed and wish to stay longer. Repeatedly refilling the cup keeps the discussion alive and deepens the bond between people. However, if the host fills the cup completely from the start, it can subtly suggest that the visit should be brief, a message understood within local etiquette. In the green and fertile Fergana Valley, people favor gentle green tea, sometimes flavored with mint. In contrast, in the drier western region of Khorasan, strong black tea is preferred, often enjoyed slowly with sweet jam or pieces of dry bread. In some communities, offering the wrong type of tea can even be considered impolite, similar to serving instant coffee to an Italian or chilled wine to a French guest. Etiquette and greeting traditions in Uzbekistan. In Uzbekistan, the customs of greeting and social manners express deep respect and a sense of order within society. These traditions, while different from Western practices, form a graceful and distinctive part of Uzbek culture. The handshake, which is widely used around the world, is in Uzbekistan a gesture meant only for men when greeting other men. It is considered improper for a man and woman to shake hands. Instead, men greet women by slightly bowing their heads and placing the right hand over the heart. This gesture goes beyond a simple hello. It conveys genuine respect and sincerity from the heart. When visiting an Uzbek home, seating arrangements also carry meaning. The place farthest from the entrance, often the most private and comfortable spot, is reserved for the most respected guest. This custom symbolizes the host's desire to show honor and kindness, reflecting the deep hospitality and thoughtfulness that lie at the heart of Uzbek social life. The sacred bread of Uzbekistan, naan. For the Uzbek people, their traditional bread, known as naan, is much more than daily food. It holds deep spiritual and cultural meaning, symbolizing life, abundance, and blessing. The bread is round and flat, often decorated with detailed patterns at its center, making it both beautiful and meaningful. Uzbeks treat naan with great respect. It is believed to be sacred, so placing it face down on the table or letting it touch the ground is strictly avoided. Doing so is considered a sign of disrespect that might bring misfortune or hardship to the household. The bread must always be placed upright, showing honor and gratitude for sustenance. A touching tradition connected to naan is the farewell ritual. When a family member leaves for a long journey, they take a small bite of bread before departing. The remaining piece is kept safely at home, or sometimes buried in the ground, until the traveler returns. When the person comes back, the piece is uncovered or shared again. This practice expresses the belief that naan serves as a spiritual guardian, keeping loved ones safe and symbolizing the hope of reunion. The Underground Museum of Tashkent Metro. For anyone visiting Uzbekistan who wants to experience one of the country's most stunning examples of architecture, the Tashkent metro system is a must-see, built during the Soviet era. It serves not only as public transportation, but also as an underground art museum, where each station is designed as a masterpiece of beauty and craftsmanship. What makes the metro extraordinary is its seamless combination of Soviet grandeur and traditional Islamic artistry. Every station has its own identity and theme, adorned with luxurious materials such as marble pillars, crystal chandeliers, colorful mosaics, and finely carved gypsum decorations. Each detail reflects both artistic skill and cultural pride. The designs of the stations highlight a wide range of subjects, from the achievements of Soviet science and space exploration to tributes honoring Uzbekistan's history and national heroes. Together, they create a breathtaking cultural journey beneath the city of Tashkent, where every stop tells a story of art, heritage, and timeless beauty. The Melon Sanctuary of Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan holds the title Sanctuary of Melons, and this isn't just marketing. It's a reflection of an agricultural miracle that most people never hear about. The country cultivates more than 150 varieties of melons, from cantaloupes to golden melons, with harvests happening almost year-round. What makes this truly remarkable is that these incredibly sweet and aromatic melons are grown in what should be arid desert land. Ancient farming techniques passed down through generations have allowed Uzbek farmers to transform harsh landscapes into fertile fields, producing some of the world's best melons. In Uzbek culture, melons aren't just dessert. They're symbols of abundance and hospitality. They're essential parts of every traditional feast and major ceremony. During the Silk Road era, Uzbek melons were treasured gifts that merchants sought after across continents. The successful cultivation of this fruit in such challenging conditions stands as a testament to Uzbek ingenuity and perseverance. It's agricultural artistry that turns melon growing into a distinctive and admirable aspect of their heritage. The royal art of gold embroidery in Bukhara. Beyond the magnificent architectural wonders that most tourists see, Uzbekistan holds another exquisite cultural treasure that remains largely hidden from the world: the royal art of gold embroidery from the ancient city of Bukhara. While the country is well known for its ikat silk, ceramics, and woven carpets, gold embroidery remains one of the most sophisticated yet least understood crafts. Gold embroidery isn't simply a sewing technique. It's a meticulous creative process that transforms fabric into sculptural masterpieces. Shimmering golden threads are carefully stitched onto velvet or silk using techniques that have remained unchanged for centuries. The intricate patterns, often geometric or floral, aren't just decorative. They symbolize prosperity, protection, and divine blessing. In historical Uzbekistan, this art form represented the ultimate symbol of status and wealth. Lavishly embroidered festival robes, headdresses, and ceremonial items adorned with gold were reserved exclusively for emirs, high-ranking officials, and nobles. A single garment could take months to complete, with master craftswomen working by candlelight to create patterns so intricate they seem to capture sunlight itself. The process requires extraordinary skill and patience. Each golden thread must be laid perfectly, following patterns that have been memorized and passed down through generations of women. The slightest mistake can ruin weeks of work, making master embroiderers highly respected artisans whose skills were considered almost magical. Today, while gold embroidery has become more accessible, appearing in souvenirs and wedding garments, it still preserves its aesthetic and historical significance. A genuine piece of Bukhara gold embroidery represents hundreds of hours of meticulous handwork and centuries of cultural refinement. It stands as a living testament to the sophistication and opulence of Central Asian royal heritage that most of the world never gets to witness. A foodie's paradise. The most famous dish in Uzbekistan is plov, a rice pilaf made with lamb, carrots, onions, and garlic, often topped with chickpeas, raisins, or kale eggs. But plov is far more than just fried rice. There are more than 60 regional versions across the country, and in Tashkent alone, massive pots can cook enough plov to serve over 1,000 guests at a traditional wedding. Uzbekistan even holds a Guinness World Record for preparing a plov that weighed more than 15,000 pounds, nearly 7 tons. It is truly the national dish, so large that sometimes it must be stirred with a crane. And for adventurous eaters, Uzbekistan offers unique dairy traditions too. One of the most unusual is kumis, a fermented drink made from mare's milk. It has a slightly alcoholic taste that is sour, rich, and creamy. An unexpected but memorable experience for those trying it for the first time. People live in yurts or mudbrick houses. The final fact that will blow your mind combines ancient nomadic wisdom with modern urban planning in ways that most people never imagined possible. In rural Uzbekistan, you'll still see round white felt tents called yurts, but not where you might expect them. These aren't museum pieces or tourist attractions. Uzbek families set up yurts right in their backyards, using them as summer living rooms for tea ceremonies, afternoon naps, and small family gatherings. It's practical and nostalgic, connecting modern Uzbeks to their nomadic ancestors, while providing the perfect solution for hot summer weather. Yurts are naturally air-conditioned, designed by centuries of nomadic engineering to stay cool in extreme heat and warm in bitter cold. The circular design promotes air circulation, while the felt walls provide insulation. Modern Uzbek families have discovered that these ancient structures are actually superior to many modern buildings for comfort and energy efficiency. This blend of ancient and modern extends throughout Uzbek society in fascinating ways. You might see a family watching satellite television inside a traditional yurt, or using smartphones while sitting on hand-woven carpets that took months to create. It's not about rejecting modernity, it's about choosing the best elements from both worlds. The yurt tradition also reflects something beautiful about Uzbek values: the importance of family gathering spaces, the wisdom of traditional knowledge, and the flexibility to adapt ancient solutions to modern needs. While the rest of the world builds expensive air-conditioned rooms, Uzbek families simply set up a yurt and enjoy natural climate control that's been perfected over thousands of years. These facts reveal the real Uzbekistan that exists far beyond the tourist brochures and travel documentaries. This is a country where ancient wisdom meets modern challenges, where government regulations protect families from wedding debt, where women flash golden smiles as portable savings accounts, and where underground metro stations double as art galleries. What strikes me most about researching Uzbekistan is how the country balances tradition with progress in ways that often seem impossible. They've maintained their cultural identity while adapting to modern realities. They've preserved ancient crafts while embracing new technologies. They've created a society where respect and hierarchy coexist with surprising gender equality and social mobility. The Uzbekistan I've shown you today challenges stereotypes and reveals a complex, fascinating culture that most of the world never gets to see. From the sacred bread rituals that bind families across distances to the tightrope artists who literally walk above the ordinary world. This is a country that has found unique solutions to universal human needs. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Which of these facts surprised you the most? Have you ever experienced similar traditions in your own culture? Or do you know of other countries where ancient customs blend with modern life in unexpected ways? Share your experiences in the comments below. And if you're planning to visit Uzbekistan after watching this video, let me know what you're most excited to experience firsthand. I read every comment and love hearing about how these cultural insights change people's travel perspectives. Don't forget to hit that like button if this video gave you a completely new perspective on Uzbekistan. And I'll see you in the next episode, where we continue exploring the hidden realities of other countries around the world that most people will never discover on their own.
We're so glad you were here with us today. Leave a comment, like the video to support us, and hit subscribe for more. Catch you soon.